When you're looking for college graduates to enter the sales profession, they have tremendous intellectual capacity. They're ambitious, and they're aggressive. The only thing they lack is experience. And depending on the company and the training program and the manager that you place them under, and maybe whether or not you have a mentor, you can bring them along that curve and develop that experience pretty quickly. I remember my first sales call when I was probably 6 months out of college, and I certainly wouldn't have bought anything from Tom Kadien at that point. But you do develop that pretty quickly. I'd say within a year or two, you're confident and you know enough about your product and your company, and you start to learn enough about the customers that you're calling on and their business. And that's, you may have all the intellectual capacity and ambition coming right out of college, but you don't know your customer's business well enough to be an effective sales rep right out of college. We look at the development cycle for a sales rep out of college as being somewhere between 1 and 2 years. Our training program starts with a heavy dose of classroom and application training. Then you go back out into the field and you work with other sales professionals and your sales managers. Maybe you go off to a supplier, work in their facilities for a while, go back into a classroom, and that in and out of the field, in and out of the classroom lasts for about 6 months. Then you typically go out and you get a territory. In the 6 months to 12-month period, you would get your sales territory, some existing accounts, and a mixture of prospects, and then you are out there working, and you might come back for one final application or product training, say at the end of the first year. But after that, you're expected to go out, and then it's really between you and your manager and what kinds of courses that your manager might suggest that you need extra help on or some development on. So we try to get people up the curve from being transactional, here's my box, I'm selling it for $1, to consultative, where they're interacting with the customer and trying to discern what the customer needs pretty quickly. And I'd say in that 6 to 18 months that you see a big development in people off campus. Now, the very best sales reps have been doing it for 10 or 15 years, but you can be effective out in the field to the point where your customer will recognize that you're delivering value above and beyond the product within 12 to 24 months. Now, we feel like in every college graduate or new sales rep, we're investing over $100,000. And it's not only the cost in terms of salary, benefits, and travel, but it's the opportunity cost that the business gives up while that person's in their learning curve and coming up the sales curve with the customer. So it's a significant investment, but it's one you have to make if you want to continue to grow your business. And there's a lot of terrifically talented young people who would make great sales reps, and it's worth the investment. Well, it is a big investment to bring a person off campus into a sales professional role. And the way to ensure success is to start out by hiring the right people. So in the past, many people thought interviewing and selecting salespeople was an art. And it's much more of a science than it is an art. And there's some discipline that can be applied to that process. So in our company, we have a formal process that we go through to try to raise our batting average and our success rate with new hires. Then you have to place them with the right manager. Not every manager is a great developer of young talent. Some are better than others. So you make sure you put the talent with the right coach. And then you've got to give them a certain amount of responsibility. We don't believe in hiring people and then just kind of letting them sit off in the corner and wait their turn. We want to get them actively involved, give them opportunities that are real, let them go out and win and lose some battles out there with their competition, and then learn from those battles. So you've got to put them in the right situation with the right coach, and then the sales training process in between. You asked the question about the turnover rate for young people. It's higher than we would like. It's over 50% certainly. And part of that is perhaps generational, and we spend a lot of time talking about that. But we believe that, again, if you're hiring the right person and you can tell them before they sign on to come to work for International Paper or Expedex what the job is going to be like and what they can expect, then it's less of a surprise. They're coming from a college environment to a work environment, which is different, but you can tell them what it's going to be like. And then if you can work even better, if you can do internships and have some real life experiences in a sales environment, then that transition goes easier for the new professionals.